Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard with an absurd amount of wind. So if the chimes are loud or I raise my voice, you'll understand what's going on. So I have wanted for a while to do a gold and black swipe, and I have a 15 by 24 inch canvas, which is kind of asking a lot, especially on a windy day, but I'm going to try it anyway. And I'm going to combine copper and orange in my gold. I'm going to start by giving you a very brief same old lesson of how much paint you need as a base, and I'm not going to mind using my OXO omelet turning spatula to put a thin coat on, because I'm going to just put black on top, I'm just going to put gold on top of that anyway. I don't want to get an overabundance, and I kind of don't even mind if it sets up a little bit. That could be a mistake on my part, so why don't we wait and see if that's good advice or not before you take it. But a little goes a long way, especially when you're using this OXO omelet turning spatula. You can pretty much scrape it from side to side. Now what I've done is I've grabbed a fresh sheet of acetate and splashed on it. So you can see I'm pretty much leveling that spatula right out. And if I want to scrape paint, I can. And I get a good amount of it when I do that. If you do this with a heavier layer to begin with, you should be able to put it aside in a safe location and let it dry. And most of the time, for me anyway, with practice, the spatula marks in between the strokes will sort of meld with one layer of the can. They'll flatten out. I'm trying to do what I say I'm going to do and work at the same time and think about what comes next all at once. So I'm going to throw that in the bucket so I don't have to think about it, and I'm going to move this other stuff out of the way, and I'm going to give myself gold down both sides of this canvas and orange also, and some of this copper, which is really similar, and some of my gold mica, which I haven't used in quite a long time, and I'm pretty sure is probably very liquidous, but might be a slightly different color, so it's worth using because I've got a lot of it. Now if I can drip these down to the ends, I may do that. I didn't use the copper yet. And I'm going to go back and use some more gold. Now orange is dangerous because it will take over almost anything, for sure. And I am dosing this with gold for sure. There's no doubt about it. Oh, and I have another color I didn't use. Okay. If this comes out orangey gold, it's okay with me. I'm going to cover that back up. I use the, from the Michael's Party section, these little containers with the lids fit right on and keep them from getting funky. Now I want to kind of move all that out of the way, and I'm going to try and drip that down over the end right now. Actually, maybe a different edge catcher. I think so. I think just something random. I'll let it all go down. And then I'm going to squeeze the edge catcher and see if I can't make a nice puddle go down over the end. And I got pretty much what I wanted to. Dabbing a few fingers in there, won't hurt anything. And then just switch the canvas around to the other end and do the same exact thing. And now I have some paint there. And hopefully what this will mean is that it's going to spread out the layer of paint that I'm going to swipe. I may put a little more gold down near the center. I don't really need to even put that back on there again. So I'm going to just let that be right now. Actually, am I? Why don't I grab the OXO omelet turning spatula? Put some of that right along this edge where I can see that I'm not getting so much paint, so much black paint to cover. Because whatever drips down there will be okay, I think. We'll find out together. I could just take a minute and slap that spatula along there. But there's quite a bit of black paint there, and every time I combine anything that's yellowish with the black, chances are very good of making something green, and I really would prefer not to, but we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to scrape off my spatula before I throw it back in the bucket again. I might tap a couple of those drips going down the side or on the ends. Just use my finger and add some extra paint there. And on the corner, yes, hit the corner. So that's somewhat cohesive, which is nice. And it looks kind of natural, which is better than nice. It's actually a good thing. So what I'm going to do now is use the 24 karat gold from Deco Art Americana, which is what I've been using right along pretty much. And I'm going to do a little layer of my conventional black, and then I'm going to take the black gloss enamel from Folk Art that I've been using consistently and put it in the middle. And hope for the best. Everything's sealed up. I'm going to grab my edge catcher and create a swipe tool out of it. Now whether I should go from the middle and fix my ends after, which is probably my plan. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to stick my finger in there all the way along to make sure those mix. And go over the end also. Alright, it's the here goes nothing moment. Yeah, I think I'm going to go from one side on one end. Now if I had pulled that over to the edge, like I want to right now, I can turn this around and probably use that paint to cover that edge. And that kind of worked. Now I want another edge catcher to attempt to grab this other end. Oh! Okay, carefully. More carefully than that. Yeah, and I gotta do it again. And one more time. Third time's a charm, right? I kind of like the difference in the marks. I thought about putting a basting brush in afterwards, and it held some appeal. Oh, that's interesting. Well, when marks are anomalous, it creates interest, so I think I'm just going to give myself permission. Now I could also tip this down, which I may do still. And I did threaten you guys with a basting brush. Where is it? I found one. Get the water off it. I'm just going to use that from this side to that side because I know I'll be swiping that side, and whatever's going to happen over there is going to happen in spite of the basting brush. I kind of like what's happening anyway. How about one right in the middle? Because I can. Hey, that's the name of my first book on the Amazon link under Show More under the video, the first blue link. And I have another book there too called Unlimited Possibilities, which is what I feel fluid acrylics are. You've given your full focused attention, intent. So all this is pretty cool, and I want some of this paint on this end because I didn't do that yet. Hopefully it'll be fully utilizable, and I think it will. Because even if it's a bit of a puddle and you walk away, you can come back and things have become really, really cool while you're gone. So that's a really neat pattern, and I could definitely be happy leaving it like that. But since I'm not done playing, boy, I really like that. I kind of want to do something else. I kind of want to leave it the way it is. I'm going to put a little more black enamel in there. And a little bit over here. And what? And then what? Ha! I want to tip that down. I want to see what's going to happen when I tip that down. And every time I put a little bit of heavier paint in a spot and tip, then that spot is going to flow down. We'll see if that works. Because I like the idea of it, I just don't know if I'm going to like the end result. And I can definitely, I am enjoying that. I definitely am enjoying that. So I'm going to just keep doing what I've been doing and change things up just ever so slightly. I like the stripes up here. I can't help it. They're just magnificent in my opinion. It is going to leave me in a position where I'm going to have to try and figure out what I'm going to do on that other side. I'm going to lead some of these drips down. I probably don't need to, but I like when they meld with the rest of it. Yeah, I like being different than other people, and this is that. So I think what I'm going to do is add myself, because I like these black spots right here. I'm going to add a few more. It's a I hope this isn't a foolish move on my part moment. Brought to you by me. I thought about putting some white pearl in here because I have some white pearl from Sargent's and I made up a container of it. I'm not sure that's my favorite part of this yet. So why don't I just go ahead and tip it all back the other direction and see what happens, even though I really did like those stripes. And maybe I'll take my last OXO omelet turning spatula, scrape the paint right off my tile, and use it and any other gold paint that I find to cover my end here on this side. And I have a bunch over here on an edge catcher, and it's really easy, once you get the hang of it, to scrape it off. So I'm just going to lower a bead right over there. And then I'm going to sort of go back cautiously and just dab. It's going to be a different color and a different texture than anything else. I'm kind of tempted to go, yes, I'm going to use my modified basting brush. I'm so glad this worked, and I'm so glad you guys were here to join me. And if you'd like to give me some assistance, I'd appreciate it, and that would include starting with watching the videos longer, because if you watch them longer, the YouTube algorithm might give me the opportunity for better placement, because it's not happening, and it hasn't happened for about 6 months. I used to get 100 subscribers a day, now it's 3. But I'm really glad you guys are here. You still inspire the heck out of me, no matter how few there are of you. And I hope you keep coming back for more. And if you're looking for a video for tomorrow, I often put, almost consistently put, tomorrow's videos on the community board on my channel, or Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group on Facebook. And there are 2 other places you can check Facebook if you're interested in seeing what I've been doing. And the Shop Now button on Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Totes and more will take you to pixels.com and Fine Art America and show you what I've been posting there since 2013. And this just opens up a whole bunch of possibilities that I like the sound of. But it's not going to keep me from wanting to add something else. And I really kind of want to add some black dots in the center. And I'm not sure if that's just me being frivolous or not. I also thought about this before I even started, of adding some spirals in here, but I think maybe just the black dots for right now. Trying not to drag little trails or dip the edge of my bottle in again. Yes, I like those. I love working with basting brush. It's like, always feels kind of like cheating to me. So I got 1 minute 23 seconds left, and there's nothing to keep me from doing whatever I want to this, and that includes grabbing my bamboo skewer and pulling up. Roll it over and it'll have a clean spot on it, at least for a minute. And I've got a torch, and then I'll have 2 minutes to tell you guys whatever I'm going to tell you, which is I do sell my artwork. I do give classes at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. The Teespring link below the video with the clothes on it are my designs on there, and if you click any one of those designs, you will be taken to a place where you can see all over print leggings and all over print t-shirts, and of course any shopping you do helps support the studio. There is, every single month, there is a drawing. So far so good anyway, as long as I'm here. I don't know, and I'm not always sure I'm going to be here forever, but at least I'll be leaving a nice library behind. Anyway, so in this month's drawing there are 15 artworks, and if you happen to win the drawing by making a $10 or more donation through PayPal or Patreon, the links are under the video, you'll have a choice of 3 artworks out of those 15 to keep. And I will send them to you, and as soon as you send me a donation through PayPal or Patreon, then I will send you a receipt and you will see all the choices, which is kind of cool. Alright, so what else do I need to tell you guys? I think I told you about Facebook. Facebook Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group is for students, and also a place that I post my videos the night before. And I'm really loving putting marks in this stuff. That is a very cool piece. I'm happy with this. Thank you guys for joining me. You inspire the heck out of me. I know I've told you that before, but I never get tired of telling you I love you. That was weird. Go away. I do experiments with the torch and melting things to my will and my whim, so sometimes there's some strange little things hanging around. So I torched to release the bubbles in the paint. I also torched to hopefully release patterns in the paint. I might do one of these that's the same on both sides, but for right now I really like this variation on a theme. It makes it a lot more my own and a lot less like what everybody else has been doing, which are beautiful, by the way. I love them. I don't mind the coppery color in there. If I find I have any more gold paint, I'm going to be putting it on this edge over here to try and match. I can't really lift it up to show you. I am sort of stuck to the tile in a couple places. So this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, begging you to watch the videos longer because it's the only thing the YouTube algorithm understands. And can I have a thumbs up? And I want to say thank you so much to everybody so far who's contributed to help keep me painting and keep my channel going at YouTube in the face of adversity. And it is adversity. There's 86,000 subscribers, or within 125 of that as I speak to you today, and it seems like pulling teeth to get to that 86,000, but I love you guys, even if only a couple hundred of you are watching at a time. You still inspire me. So I'm going to say goodbye for now from Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard, and I love you one more time, and see what you can see. I hope you could see it all, because I was zoomed out as far as I could go. I'll do a few last minute touch-ups. Oh, you can see the whole thing. That's so awesome. Alright, you guys take care. If I forgot to tell you something, watch a different video. Oh, binge watch. You can binge watch over 1,200 videos if you want. There's playlists on my creative playlists on my channel. You can find genres, 13 of them, and you can find lists of 110 of them, and one being completed. So you guys take care. I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Priscilla out. I will see you anon.